This week could change everything. 3i Atlas is going to make its closest approach. The EBT SNAP program is shutting down. There are people saying they're going to go in there and start stealing stuff. I don't know. We're going to cover that. Civil war could be around the corner. Another peace deal signed while Trump is in Asia. I mean, who knows what's about to happen? But I can tell you right now, this week is going to be a big week. We got to talk about it tonight. Let's go.
You're watching The Big Picture.
All right, everybody, come on in. Let's bring in the queen. There she is. There she is.
I don't know about queen, but I am here and thankful to be.
You are the queen. Everybody calls you the queen. Everywhere I go, when I travel now, people ask me, where's the queen? Where's the queen?
I can't even imagine how that got started. But anyway, thankful for another Monday to spend with you guys.
Yes.
It has been a power-packed nonstop day.
Of course, always.
Ladies' lunch from me today, and it was just great to be with friends. Thankful for the opportunity for that. But I'm telling you what, coming in on two wheels, and we asked the Lord to take the wheel. We said, Jesus, just take the wheel before we started.
We literally did. We just prayed. we was praying, and Sandy said, Jesus, we need you to take the wheel tonight.
Take the wheel, Lord.
Right off the bat, if you're brand new to our program, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We went over 25,000 subscribers this week.
Yeah.
Very, very excited.
Exciting times.
Quarter of the way to 100,000. So we're moving in that direction. Why? Why do we care about numbers? Because numbers equal people. We're trying to reach people. We're trying to wake up people,
Amen.
Trying to build a family, build an army, build an online church, whatever you want to call it. But tonight we're here to talk about the news. So let's get straight into the news.
Let's go.
Very serious stuff going on as usual. Hurricane Melissa is turning towards Jamaica. Boy, I tell you what, Jamaica is going. Man, we got to pray for them because it's looking bad. Ahead of landfall warnings issued in the Bahamas, Melissa will be one of the most devastating hurricanes on record in Jamaica, with widespread flooding, landslides, and destructive winds. Flooding rain is also a grave concern in Hispaniola, and Cuba. Here's the latest forecast. It's saying that, this is from Weather Channel, it's turned northwest and will continue to expect to turn towards Jamaica as it begins a catastrophic, historic strike on Jamaica with life-threatening flash flooding, landslides, destructive winds, and storm surge. Melissa's torrential rain will also trigger catastrophic flooding in Haiti, and it will later strike eastern Cuba and southeastern Bahamas. This is the image. Look at that eye. I mean, it is just perfectly defined.
So you're talking about this thing is going to make the sweep. You started in the Bahamas, and you're talking, man.
Yeah, and it's going to go through. It's going to skirt Cuba, and then it's going to start in Jamaica, and then hit Cuba, and then the Bahamas. But
you said Cuba, Dominican Republic?
I think I said Jamaica. Let's go back and look at it again.
So
Jamaica, and then it's going to hit the Bahamas, all of the Bahamas.
This is a
hurricane category 5. Category 5.
What day is this forecast to actually?
I think it's right now.
Okay. I thought it was,
Let's see what it says here.
Starting
in the next 12, this says the storm reached category 5 intensity Monday morning and has experienced gradual strengthening throughout the day. Melissa is expected to fluctuate in intensity during the next 12 to 24 hours as the storm potentially undergoes an eyewall replacement cycle. Even if Hurricane Melissa does weaken slightly ahead of landfall to category 4, it will make little to no difference in the level of damage.
So this isn't forecast to go to Puerto Rico. But how far is Puerto Rico from those areas?
I don't even know how far. You're asking me? Come on, you're come on. Do you remember who you're talking to right now?
Exactly. If anybody knows, and the only reason that I'm even bringing this up, my conspiracy mind, right? Some people believe that there's a HARP station on Puerto Rico. Yeah. I don't know what the how close that is or whatever, but I mean, come on. I think somebody in chat just said man-made storm. Look,
I saw it. Somebody saying it will go by there close. It'll be very close.
You may have said this in the article. Is this the latest in the season Cat 5 we've ever had?
I think I did hear.
I mean,
I think I heard the words potentially.
Yes, Kevin. Yes, answer to your question.
What did Kevin
he
say?
said, is it me or has it been a fairly quiet hurricane?
Absolutely. Oh, but it was predicted to be another big one. But then again, it was quiet. So, Because, they were saying it was predicted at the early stages of being one of the worst ever. They always said that every year. But this has been a quiet one.
So Kevin Gradnigo says around 500, Billy 720. Kevin says there was an earthquake out there, though.
Thank you, Billy. Of course, he would know. 723 miles to Puerto Rico.
So, look.
There was an earthquake out there, somebody said.
I don't know if there is a HARP station. I think HARP is mostly... It started out, obviously, as analog technology. I don't know to what degree they've been able to update that and all that and how that even works, okay? But if that is a possibility and you can intensify, you can steer a storm.
Yeah.
That's that's kind of evil and sinister to me.
But I think we've established, and I said established, but I think we have enough evidence to say fairly confident that we do have the ability to steer storms.
You think so?
I think so.
I'll tell you this.
I think we do.
And we've talked about this before. I think it's been a while. There is a Walt Disney cartoon.
Oh, Walt Disney just told us everything, didn't
And I'm talking about from the 1960s showing...
Wow.
People in a control room using different technologies to steer storms and hurricanes. So, just saying.
All right. So, this might be a little bit what you're talking about here. According to NOAA's historical database, though 8 other Category 4 or Category 5 hurricanes have tracked within 60 nautical miles of Jamaica, there is no record of such an intense hurricane making a landfall there. Only 2 other Cat 5 hurricanes have previously tracked this close.
What
Jamaica
I'm talking about is this the latest in the season we've ever had a Cat 5?
I don't know. That's a good question.
And look, I'm sure some of you have heard the idea bantered about that we're going to see a hypercane.
Yeah, people's already been talking about it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so somebody in chat said that.
And several other people
So,
said that.
we don't...
Hypercanes.
We don't... To my knowledge, that's not even a... what is the word? Actual category or level or whatever. But there's talk
they don't have a scale for it.
A scale on the scale that storms will become even greater than Cat 5 and have to be categorized as a hypercane. So hey, there's that. Lots of stuff.
So this will give you a little bit better idea there. There's Cuba. There's Port-au-Prince, Kingston. That's going to be 8 p.m. These are the hurricane warnings and watches. Number 13, the 13th storm, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Roughly on par with the average date of the 13th storm from 91 through 20. It's also one storm shy of the average number of storms for an entire season. However, it's almost a month later than the average fifth hurricane date of September 28th.
So once this comes through this area that we're talking about tonight, is it going to turn and go back into the northern Atlantic?
Yeah, it's going to go back after it passes through Bahamas.
I hope that happens, but, I hate that these poor individuals in these little island areas are facing a monster tonight.
It is a monster. We need to pray for them. Let's do it right now. Father, in the name of Jesus, we pray for everybody that's in the path of this hurricane. It's very devastating. We as a Big Picture family come in agreement that no life will be lost. And we just pray, God, that it will go through and be surprising of how it just wound down and did not do the destruction, especially when it comes to life and harm to people. In Jesus' name, amen. We're not afraid to pray on a news show here at Solid Rock Church, and we're also not afraid to tell you to go to LarryRagland.com. When you go to LarryRagland.com, you're gonna see everything that we got going in the ministry right now, which God is doing so much in our Big Picture family. And a couple weeks ago, I announced that we are going to launch an online church campus. So if you're not familiar with that, we don't know what that looks like, but it's going to be there. All that's going to be on LarryRagland.com. But the most important thing, if you hadn't already done it, go to the yellow banner at the top and click Get Your Free Gift. When you do that, you're going to get a free PDF of a book called The Burning Generation. That's my gift to you. There's no credit card required, nothing. Just your name and email. You're going to get on our email list, and that email list is what we're going to send out the information of the upcoming changes.
Yeah, we're going to start pushing you for that next release. How about that?
It's coming very soon.
Okay, you heard that, chat. You heard.
There'll be another ebook coming out in November. So you better get this one while you can. And all the ebooks are going to be free when they're first offered. And then my main book called The Final Flood, pre-orders will be coming out pretty soon on that as well. So let's get back into the news tonight. Continuing on the hurricane, just to try to drive home how serious this is. This says you will not survive this. Mass evacuations of Jamaica braces for the most devastating storm ever for 150-mile-an-hour Hurricane Melissa. So I just wanted to show you that they're just basically saying,
where do you evacuate to?
Yeah, exactly.
What?
Yeah, you got to get on a boat. And you're going to get on a boat in the middle of a hurricane? How are you going to evacuate? I don't know.
Head for the hills.
Yeah. It's exploded into a monstrous Category 5. And as we've already covered, I just wanted to show you that this is one that they're saying, look, you had time to get off the island, but at this point, I think they're not even allowing people to get off the island right now.
It'd probably be just crazy to do that at this point.
All right. So in other news, as many of you probably know, President Trump has been in Asia. I don't know if he's back yet. I think he's still over there. But while he was there, he signed some more peace deals. President Trump signs Thailand-Cambodia peace deal he helped broker during his stop in Malaysia. I mean, how many times have we seen a picture of him sitting with other people holding up that big giant? And look, you don't even have to have a clear picture. You know which one's his signature. I mean, he brings a marker.
He put John Hancock on there.
Have you ever tried to make out the words of it? There's just no way. But on Sunday, President Trump landed in Malaysia and signed one of 8 brokered peace agreements since returning to office in January. President Trump announced during his flight that he would be signing the Thailand and Cambodia peace agreement when he landed in Malaysia. And there it is. He's making the signing. Let's listen to this. Let's see if it will play.
But it's going to be huge.
No sound, I guess. Okay, yes, they're being very quiet.
They're being very quiet. Respectful.
You can hear the pins. United States, Cambodia, Thailand, and Malaysia. That's how he said, Mike, we got to get the picture. We got to get the picture. Everybody hold it up.
Hold the reminders. What's that dude doing on the end?
Yeah, come on, straighten it up, buddy.
Come on.
Straighten it up.
Put a little bit of effort in there.
The 8 peace agreements are listed below in a segment on Fox News. Look at this. Israel, Hamas, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Egypt, Ethiopia, Cambodia, Thailand, Rwanda, Democratic Republic of Congo, Israel, Iran, India, Pakistan, and Serbia, Kosovo. I mean, look, there's so many of them, I forgot about them.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a Serbia Kosovo deal. Did you?
I think most of us didn't realize that.
Okay.
But we're thankful.
We are thankful.
We are thankful.
8 peace agreements. Yeah. But our biggest show we ever had was called A Man of Peace? ? Because the Bible says when they start saying peace and safety, sudden destruction shall come upon us. So we do not worship Donald Trump, but hey, we got to give him props when he does something like that. That's pretty good.
I give him props, but man, I was so uneasy that whole day.
I was too. I'm still uneasy about it. I mean, the thing was broke. The peace deal was broke in just a matter of days. I mean, who knows? Now there's the whole thing about not just Gaza, but what is the other area that they're wanting to annex? I'm having a brain freeze. We call it Judea and Samaria in the Bible, but it's
the West
Bank. The West Bank, yeah. That's what the world calls it, but it's Judea and Samaria. So here in America, Democrats are on the clock as the Schumer shutdown approaches key deadline.
Wow.
As the Schumer-led government shutdown drags into its 4th grueling week, thank you for that super chat, Kayla.
Oh, yes, thank you.
Democrats find themselves racing against the clock with a critical Obamacare deadline looming large. With millions of Americans thinking about healthcare costs, the political theater in Washington is intensifying. But Republicans are calling out what they see as blatant Democratic gamemanship to weaponize the crisis for electoral gain. The heart of the standoff revolves around the Enhanced Affordable Care Act, ACA, subsidies, beefed up during the COVID-19 pandemic and now set to expire at the end of 2025. Open enrollment for Obamacare kicks off November 1st, just days away. Democrats are demanding an extension as non-negotiable in a deal to reopen the government. Without it, they warn premiums, copays, and deductibles could explode. House Minority Hakeem Jeffries said, It's just a matter of weeks or so, tens of millions of Americans are going to wake up to the reality that their premiums, copays, and deductibles are about to explode.
I can verify that because I just opened a piece of mail not long before the show started.
Sure did.
And almost fell into the floor.
From Blue Cross. Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah.
That was a scare tactic email from Blue Cross. I want to know in the live chat if any of you got those. It was letting us know where our premiums were going to go, and it was astronomical.
Yeah.
Listen, this thing is called the Affordable Care Act, and if there was ever a wrong name of anything, it was that.
If there was ever an inversion,
this is definitely inversion. And do you understand that what this is about and what they are fighting to say, no, we're not going to open the government because we're going to get this or we're not going to agree to your Republican bill is understand, everyone, please understand, this is not about health care costs going up. This is about the real price of Obamacare being revealed. Because people that are on Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act or Obamacare, you would go through that process and you would say your premium is going to be $2,000 a month, okay? Or you could take this tax subsidy and your premiums is now $500 a month, or even take it all, sometimes depending on your income, and it's free. Well, what they're saying is that and a lot of people forgot this, during the pandemic, they upped it. They made the tax increases even more than what they really even were to begin with. And all this is those pandemic increases are set to expire at the end of this year, and they are fighting to keep the enhancements in place so that people can still think that their insurance because of Obama is $500 a month when it's really $2,500 a month.
Yeah.
And that's what they're trying to say. Yeah, and that's a very real problem. Okay, let's be real. We're not belittling that. That is a very serious thing that if that's what your insurance is now, but the problem is, why is nobody talking about this? I haven't heard anybody say this. Why don't we say to the insurance companies that are getting all this money, hey, look, why don't you speak up and say, we're only increasing our prices because Obamacare made us increase our prices. And if you don't believe that, then you are blind as a bat. I'm telling you, open your eyes and see this was a tactic from the very beginning.
Wow, you're a little fired up.
I'm very fired
up. It is a little bit insane, and multiple people are commenting. We feel your pain. It
is very serious. And look, understand, you're not alone. Our insurance premiums are going to go through the roof as well. Yes. But what is the answer? Is the answer to continue to subsidize this with and by the way, also in addition to it is replenishing the money to emergency rooms in hospitals. Well, they keep saying we're not going to give illegal aliens medical care. The Democrats are saying we're not asking for that. We don't want that. That's not in the bill. But they're just not being honest, because what's in the bill is if you are legal or a legal citizen, don't matter. If you go to emergency room, it is law that they have to treat you. And what's happening is a lot of people are going to the emergency room because they know that for various reasons.
For minor things.
And even big things. It doesn't matter. All things included, knowing that they're going to get treated, and then the hospitals through the ACA and Obamacare gets all that money replenished. Well, that is sort of a backdoor way of funding healthcare to illegal aliens. And it's just a matter of talking points on it. And look, we have compassion because if people needs healthcare, they need healthcare.
Yes.
But at some point, this cannot be sustained.
Exactly. And you can add that statement that you just said to multiple things and situations in our country right now. I mean, how long can we try to continue having the same standard of life and lifestyle when everything seems to be crumbling underneath our feet?
Absolutely.
What do you do about medical? What do you do about the police, having enough police on the police force? What do you do about the assistance programs, the food programs, about the infrastructure, about everything?
Yeah. Yeah, adding to the fuel to fuel to fire is another ticking clock. Funding for the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program (SNAP), which supports 42 million Americans, could dry up on November 1st without a resolution. And of course, this leads us to the next article here. Government shutdown is causing SNAP benefits to run out of money. Democrats are angry illegal aliens no longer qualify. The horror stories are all over the media and social platforms, and
Yes.
people are panicking
Yeah.
that those receiving taxpayer-funded groceries may soon have to work and pay for their food like everyone else. And by the way, I didn't write this article if it sounds like it's not compassionate. I'm just reading what the article says. Not only is President Trump not rushing to restart food stamps, but he is also auditing the program to ensure illegal aliens are no longer receiving them. SNAP, Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, formerly known as food stamps, is the federal government's largest anti-hunger program, providing monthly food benefits to roughly 42 million low-income Americans through electronic benefits transfer, or EBT cards. As of October 1st, 2025, recipients receive a maximum monthly SNAP allotment of $298 for one person, $546 for two people, $785 for three people, and $994 for four people. $1,183 for five people, $1,421 for six people, $1,571 for seven people, and $1,789 for eight people, with an additional $218 for each additional person. Now, SNAP is on the verge of running out of funding. Nearly 42 million recipients could lose their benefits as the federal shutdown continues. Funding for October was distributed to states before the shutdown began on October 1st, but unless Congress restores appropriations, benefits will stop being issued on November 1st. And there's nothing more painful than the thought of people not being able to have food.
Absolutely.
I mean, that is a very serious thing.
That will create way more than anxiety.
Yeah. Oh, way more.
Way more than anxiety. And, this needs to be resolved. What is it going to take for these people to come together, these politicians to come together and resolve this? I don't know, but
well, they're saying that there's some kind of, and I don't remember exactly where it's from, but he's trying to move some money around to fund the SNAP program for at least the next phase.
Does this mean through the month of November?
I don't know exactly how long it was, but here's the thing: just like what he did with the military, he had a private donation of millions and millions of dollars, like $130 million somebody gave anonymously. To pay the military. And of course, the Democrats threatened to sue to keep the military from being paid because they felt like that was illegal. Why? Because that was taking away one of their bargaining chips. Was, they wanted to be able to get on TV and say he don't love the military and things like that. But it's both sides are playing politics here. Let's just be real. This is not one side. Both sides are playing politics, and in the middle are human beings that are losing. And they're going to be hurting.
Real life suffering, real pain. The kids are in school right now.
Yeah.
The school age children. In my mind, I'm thinking, is there anything the little lunchroom ladies can do to stuff something in their little backpacks?
Well, the food banks
to help relieve something.
I think, the schools will still be able to feed the kids.
You're talking 2 meals.
Yeah.
For those 5 days, but you still have the evening, you still have the weekend.
But
what then?
One of the biggest things that is happening, and you won't see this on the regular news, is like in every disaster. Do you know who's stepping up and helping? The church.
Yes.
It's the religious organizations, the food banks are feeding millions and millions of people, soup lines and so forth. Right. But the church will never get credit. The church is always the bad guy. But in the times of crisis, the church is standing up. So I hope that is what happens. I hope they get this resolved
quickly.
One more thing on this: it says as of today, October 27th, only 5 days until SNAP EBT funds go. AI is predicting martial law, food riots, arson, and home invasions.
Oh boy!
So this is just what is
we
AI's
don't
doing.
Need to see any of that.
No.
And thank you, AI, for running those scenarios for us. Wow.
Monday, the 27th of October, there are only 5 days left until the United States reaches the deadline. November 1st, no SNAP EBT funds will be dispersed to 42 million people. Food riots, open theft, gang robberies, gunpoint robberies arson attacks expected. Ask yourself if you think people are ready. Do you yourself have 2 months supplies of food? If not, the chances are if you don't, neither does your neighbor. And he goes on to say that, let's see, I'm not going to read some of this stuff. And just talk about these fights that people are fighting in chicken restaurants and different things like that. I'm not going to go into those. But artificial intelligence was asked simply, what are the chances of the government shutdown leading to no USDA funding for SNAP? And AI replied, based on the ongoing U.S. government shutdown that began on October 1st, the likelihood of no funding for SNAP benefits in November is tied directly to the duration of the shutdown. Here's an assessment of the probabilities drawn from current analyses and predictions. High chance, 70 to 90%, if no resolution by October 31st. Has already led to nearly a month with no agreement, blah, blah, blah. Then it goes, USDA has explicitly stated it will not tap into the $6 billion contingency fund for SNAP benefits. That's what I was thinking that he was saying that he's going to try to do, is to tap into the contingency fund. But now they're saying maybe not. With a funding bill passed by Congress before November 1st, benefits will not be issued. Moderate chance, 30 to 50% chance, blah, blah, blah. But I want to get down to here where it says, these probabilities are estimated. Likely scenario, if the shutdown persists, the SNAP funding lapses. Let's see. Widespread food insecurity. These are all things that AI are saying. We don't know if that's true because it's just AI.
It's just a scenario.
But he's running these scenarios, and I'm not going to go too deep into this. Political and social fallout could come as a delayed or partial delivery if shutdown ends. Scenarios would impact low income, amount of theft, lootings, and arrests, etc. The bottom line is this: we got to get this fixed because, in some way, shape, or form, because when people are hungry and their kids are hungry,
it's on.
There's no telling what they will do. When your kids are hungry, I'm gonna tell you what, you won't worry about what people think about you.
No, and look, we can probably file this story under if it bleeds, it leads.
Yeah.
I understand that we're dealing with some harsh possible realities. I don't know that needed to be put out there for everybody to read and get even more amped up and wired and irritated than they already are. Yeah, if the government needs to be working on this and, playing it from every angle, so be it. Let's look at everything. But let's don't intentionally mix the pot even worse than it already is.
It doesn't matter if an article's made about that or not. The powers that be that we talk about on here all the time, that's what they want. They want chaos in the streets. They want riots. They want that. And they'll fund that.
I will come from a spiritual angle. Fear is going to raise a lot of negative, dark energy. I can tell you that. We're already coming up on what the world calls a holiday. I don't even like to say the name of what's going to take place on October 31st. I typically don't even, use that word. But really? What do they call it? All Hallows Eve? So you've got that bumping right up against November 1st.
And it's very widely known that this is a time of heightened demonic activity. More children disappear on that night than any night of the year. So then you factor in all this other stuff. It just feels like, all of this is planned. It just feels like the timing of it is planned.
I'm going to tell you what, you hit the nail on the head. I'm not saying that's absolutely what's going to happen, but when I think about it, I think, man, this is awfully convenient, isn't it? So, we need to pray. We need to pray.
We need to pray just to make it today. Pray.
Oh, that's Kurt Franklin.
No, that wasn't Kurt Franklin. That was
Who was that?
MC Hammer.
MC.
Can't touch this.
Oh, here we go. You're starting a little early tonight.
Yeah. Just in, Democrats' government shutdown is also affecting airports because they're not getting paid. And it brought Los Angeles Airport to a standstill. I was praying. I was trying to get home yesterday.
I was praying for you. I was like, Lord, please.
Because I talked to several TSA agents about it, and they were very kind about it, but they all told me, we're not being paid. We will be paid. But all these people that are working the TSA and all this, the air traffic controllers, all this, they're not being paid.
And can we encourage you, if you're a federal worker, really think about going ahead and going to work, okay? We understand it's frustrating, but hey,
We don't need planes coming out of the sky.
Number one, not just air traffic controllers. These are trying times. You don't want to be in a bad light because people are losing their jobs, and I don't want anybody to be one of those people.
Exactly. The article goes on to say about the LA airport. It says the crisis was not caused by weather. Mechanical failures are a terrorist threat. It was caused by politics. After 26 days without a budget, the shutdown has pushed America's air traffic systems to the brink, grounding flights and stranding thousands of passengers because Democrats refuse to come to the table and fund essential government functions. Now, of course, if you're a Democrat, you would say it's not the Democrats' fault, it's Donald Trump's fault and the Republicans' fault. So the bottom line is this: whoever's fault it is, the FAA is needing this to be resolved.
Either side is blaming the other guy. Hey, we got to come together and figure this out. Name calling is not going to get it done.
With controllers working unpaid and enduring weeks of fatigue, safety could no longer be guaranteed. As a result, incoming flights to LAX were stopped entirely. Passengers already in the air were rerouted, while those waiting on the ground experienced delays averaging 49 minutes, with some lasting as long as 87 minutes. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy warned that the disruption of LAX could send ripple effects nationwide if the shutdown continues. The shutdown is now directly undermining the national airspace system, the very foundation of American travel and commerce. So at some point, both sides are going to have to say, look, we've gained a little bit of political points here, but there's people hungry. There's people working systems of moving millions of people through the air that are not getting paid. And at some point, some people are going to say, well, their level of commitment to their job is going to be affected. You can say right or wrong, but when your kids are not being fed and you got to take a second job and now you're driving, delivering food and all this kind of stuff.
How about you're going to work, you're consistently at work, you're present, you're doing your job. Still, no. How long does that hold up?
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh.
Well, there's other stuff going on in the world, like in New York City. Mamdani is probably going to be the mayor of New York City.
Lord have mercy.
Ladies and gentlemen, this man is a confessed communist Muslim who rejoiced at 9/11, has taken pictures with some of the people that were involved in 9/11, and he is about to become the mayor of the largest city in, maybe, I know it's in America. Is it the largest city in the world? I don't know. But
no, because Mexico City would come before that.
Mamdani's money machine, driven by radical imams, Marxists, and of course, George Soros. By any honest measure, the political rise of Zohran Mamdani was not an organic grassroots movement. It was a meticulously engineered operation, one fueled by foreign-linked nonprofits, radical Islamic networks, and Marxist organizers who found in the young New York socialist a useful vessel for their shared cause. Behind his smiling campaign posters and populist slogans lies a web of ideological financiers and operatives that traces back to some of the most powerful and subversive figures in modern politics, including George Soros himself. And now I want to show you one other thing on this, and we'll to drive down on this. If you want to know where he stands, it's come to light now of a speech that he made where he painted Muslims as the real victims of 9/11. Ooh. New York City mayoral candidate Mamdani brought himself to tears on Friday. This was just this week, while talking about how Muslims supposedly suffered after the 9/11 attacks. Raised the issue at a press conference meant to rebut attacks from opponent Andrew Cuomo and Curtis Sliwa over his past comments about global jihad and his faith. He invoked his late aunt, who had said felt targeted after 9/11, and recounted his own childhood experiences following the attacks to make his point. I want to use the moment to speak to the Muslims of New York City. He said through tears, I want to speak to the memory of my aunt who stopped taking the subway after September 11th because she did not feel safe in her hijab. He then brought up his childhood, claiming that growing up in the shadow of 9/11, I have known what it means to live with an undercurrent of suspicion in the city. I will always remember the disdain that I faced, the way that my name could immediately become Mohammed, and how I could return to my city only to be asked in the double mirror room of the airport if I had any plans of attacking it. In the speech, he made no mention of the nearly 3,000 people who died on 9/11. Now, I'm not saying that he did not hurt. I'm not saying that this did. By the way, it's come out now that his aunt did not live in New York during that time. Okay. That the story was not even factually true. And I'm not saying that there's not anything as real as Muslim hatred and so forth. But for you knowing what people are already saying about you, and you openly say that and not give any credit to those that died in 9/11 in the city that you are about to be the mayor of, how in the world can we go from 9/11 to someone who is a radical Muslim calling for jihad, becoming the mayor of the city that was attacked?
In 24 years.
It's insane.
In 24 years, we've gone from 9/11 to this. And guess what? You know, he probably had all kind of advisors and focus groups before he even agreed to say those things in that speech. So what does that say? Yeah. What does that tell you?
Exactly.
Boy, we are in a mess here, folks. It's getting crazy out here in these streets. Goodness.
Yeah, it's getting crazy. That's why you need Jesus.
Gotta have a little Jesus.
Always need a little Jesus. Come on. And I'm telling you what, I'm going more and more places, and these little Jesuses are everywhere.
They're popping up everywhere.
They're everywhere.
We need to buy about 10,000 of them.
We do.
Just start leaving them everywhere we go.
You can buy these on Amazon, y'all. Get you some little Jesus and start leaving them places. I go into my bank, they got little Jesus up on the counter there. Good. I mean, every different place. I'm seeing them everywhere.
Good on you.
Come on, revival. People's getting excited about Jesus.
Good stuff.
Well, there's still a war going on with Russia and Ukraine. And Russia has now said that they have unveiled a new super weapon, which has the potential to change everything.
What?
For a moment, I would like you to imagine what the perfect cruise missile would look like. It would have to be so evasive that no missile defense system on Earth could intercept it. It would also have to possess unlimited range so that it could hit any potential target on the entire planet. In addition, it would also have to be capable of carrying a nuclear warhead so that it could serve as the ideal nuclear deterrent. What I have just described may sound like a fantasy, but now it actually exists. Needless to say, the United States does not have such a weapon. According to Russian President Vladimir Putin, his military has just successfully tested a new nuclear-powered missile called the Flying Chernobyl.
The Flying Chernobyl.
The Flying Chernobyl.
Yikes.
What? Vladimir Putin claims Russia has test-launched a new nuclear-powered missile dubbed the Flying Chernobyl and has vowed that it will soon be ready for war. The Russian president said his menacing 9M730 Borekvastik missile assigned the code name Skyfall by NATO was a weapon of
what? It's
assigned the code name Skyfall by NATO.
That was a James Bond movie, right?
It was. Was that the one he died in?
Can't
remember.
M died in that one. Was a lady named
Well,
M?
the one he stood there and he got blew up at the end and it ended James Bond, remember that? He blew up in the missile.
Babe, that was like 2 or 3 movies after Skyfall.
Well, which one was it?
Get with the program.
I don't remember.
Skyfall is
Skyfall.
No, babe.
Wasn't that what's her name? Adele, didn't she sing Skyfall?
Yeah, but it didn't sound It
sounds just like that.
Anything like that. She was in a lower register.
Okay.
Let the sky fall.
Okay.
Okay, so.
But look, NATO named it that. And it was a weapon of unlimited range powered by nuclear engine.
Oh,
this isn't just another missile. Once you understand
what it's capable of.
Wormwood, that's right. Once you understand what it's capable of, you quickly realize that it has the potential to change everything. Now, of course, you have to file that under, this was Vladimir Putin saying this.
Yes.
You know.
But.
Look, Delane, thank you, my friend, my lifelong friend. He said I nailed it.
Nailed it.
I always count on my friend.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Is it M? Was M James Bond's boss?
Are you challenging my 007 knowledge?
Yeah, because Q is the tech guy, right?
Yes.
Okay. I think her name was M. Anyway, so.
Why do they all get letters and the agents get numbers? You ever thought about that?
Very interesting.
Going back to Mom Donnie, this is a little segment here on Fox News. I just like how she said this.
You know, New York's going to find out what this is like. And as you said, it doesn't take a majority to completely transform the way a system works or way it can permeate through the rest of America. And as I was just saying, Mamdani is a test case, and they're starting in New York City, one of the most important free market capitalist cities in the entire world. And they're ready to turn it upside down and use that model elsewhere throughout the country. It's a revolutionary act that they're engaged in, and they're doing it through elections by organizing and getting people just like Mamdani ready to also run for office and take over these institutions to change them from the inside out.
There you go.
Let me tell you, this is a coordinated effort. Look at what's happened in Europe. Mm-hmm. That's what's happening here.
Yeah.
This is a takeover attempt. They are determined not to assimilate. They are determined to turn America into a radical Muslim nation. That's the bottom line.
Okay. While we just want to park here for a minute, look at Paris. Look at London.
Yeah.
What other parts of the world can you point to? Germany. Let's look at Germany. Angela Merkel thought, well, we're going to bring a lot of immigrants in here, and we need people to bolster our workforce, and we need help. Well, what happened? They started attacking all of the women, and a lot of bad things went on. And it's just, I would love to go to Paris and see the Eiffel Tower, but I don't know that I ever will now because it's a little bit crazy over there.
I'll protect you.
But anyway, so
but you're right.
You said, was it not Russia who said decades ago, we will take over America from the inside?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was in like the 50s and 60s.
Long time ago, decades ago.
Yeah, and
what are you reading that's so interesting over here?
I want to just comment on my friend Space Coast.
Mm-hmm.
He is a TSA officer.
Yes.
And I want to echo what he's saying, y'all. And I tried to do that while I was there. As a TSA officer, it's disheartening that most passengers don't even appreciate that we're working without a paycheck to keep them safe on a daily basis.
All right.
Very few even say thank you. And so I tried to do that, and I heard some people doing that too. I heard several people saying, hey, thank you. I know you're working without any pay. Thank you. So the airports that I were in, they were trying their best, but most people were not, and they don't appreciate that. So thank you for your service. Thank you for showing up for work and keeping us safe.
Every federal worker.
Yes.
who is showing up. And I pray that your job is not in jeopardy. And thank you for that super chat.
Terry, thank you.
But there are so many employees, and there are onlookers who are watching this all play out they're not appreciative.
But you know, the biggest news that's on everyone's channel now, I mean, it's bigger than Russia, Ukraine. It's bigger than the shutdown. It's bigger than anything that's going on in the world. You know what it is? It's the White House being demolished.
Oh, yes.
This is the biggest news there is. Leaked photos and leaked video that he's destroying it because he's a king. And he's building his palace.
Scandal is how Democrats and the left have scarred the landscape of our country with grotesque so-called modern art that celebrates ugliness, that celebrates defacement.
You know, that is true. I mean, architecture is just ugly now. Yeah. Can we all agree on that? That there's no beauty anymore.
No.
There's nothing being built that's beautiful.
No character, no charm.
It's just
told
boxes.
You when we went somewhere a couple of years ago, I'm like, look at this place. It's all, everybody's just
everything looks like a box.
Excited about this, but my goodness, it's just there's nothing here to get excited about. Is this the rendering?
This is the rendering. Yeah, this is the rendering.
Okay.
And it's massive, but it is flowing with the
it
the
stays
look.
With the theme of.
And I've got something I want to say after I play this about just architecture in general.
Okay.
So remind me, don't let me forget.
All right.
The tragedy is a political party and a movement that has ripped down our statues, our monuments, our holidays, our heroes, our heritage. the Republican Party under President Trump celebrates beauty again and beautification again. And just as President Trump has beautified Washington, D.C., scraping off the graffiti that has been all over our nation's capital, been all over Union Station, our areas of transit and work and recreation. Now he's repairing, finally, an area of the White House that has been left in disrepair.
Right. That's the rendering of the new, what's he calling it? Ballroom.
Ballroom.
This is the new ballroom. And I think I don't know if he was trolling or if he really was serious, but he did say that he's going to name it the Donald J. Trump Ballroom.
Okay.
I did hear that. I don't know if that's true, if that's just him just trying to make him mad or what, but I did hear. Can you imagine if he officially names it Donald Trump?
They will.
They would lose their mind.
Lose it. They will for sure lose it. But here's the thing. This has been needed for so very long. And I don't know how long he had to work on this, but obviously he has donors.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
and what was I going to say here? Oh yeah, I want to talk about the architecture in general.
Yes.
One of the things that I saw the other day, a little short, a reel that somebody made, and I thought, wow, you answered what I was thinking, and I finally realized why I was thinking this. This person really helped me understand it. Mm-hmm. Think about this: when we were growing up, and most people that are watching this, when you were growing up, you did not have to wonder if a building was McDonald's. It was just the way it was made. You knew it was a McDonald's. Right. It had the playground out front. It was the building was designed in a way that it was McDonald's.
Yes.
You didn't have to wonder if Pizza Hut was a Pizza Hut,
exactly.
Right? It was built a certain way. The roof gave it away. Mm-hmm. There's so many different restaurants that had a theme that you didn't need to see the sign. You just saw the building and you knew what it was. Now look at a McDonald's. When I was thinking about this, I was driving through Charlotte, thinking literally about this, and I thought I'm gonna make a note here as I'm driving through this town. There's a lot of fast food restaurants, and it was exactly like this guy said. He said, "If you'll open your eyes and look at McDonald's, look at Taco Bell, look at Burger King. Doesn't matter. Name it. Even Pizza Hut now. Look at all of them. They all look exactly the same. They are square, rectangular boxes. Yep. They have flat roofs. There is no playground. There's no fancy anything to make it look like it. And here's what he said. He said the reason is because they know that if that goes out of business, no one is going to move into. He said he gave the example of Pizza Hut. He said, "How many Pizza Huts you saw this turned into a wing shop or some smoke shop?" Yeah. And he said, "But you still look at it, no matter how they paint it, you still know it used to be a Pizza Hut."
Used to be.
Yeah, he said, but people don't want that. They don't want to move in a building that looks like a Taco Bell or looks like a McDonald's. So now the industry says build them all cookie cutter, so that if you move out, somebody can move in and sell clothes in it. Somebody could move in and turn it into a car shop or whatever. And I started looking around, and I challenge you to start looking around, and you'll find they're tearing down McDonald's and rebuilding them to look like a rectangular because there is a concerted effort to take beauty away.
Well, and we have, even in our small city, 3 of those that you mentioned, and quite frankly, they all are. They look the same.
They look exactly the same. You take the sign down and you can put anything you want to put in it.
You could.
And you have to give them credit. It's a smart business decision.
It's smart.
But it hurts me that we're little by little, we're losing any kind of semblance of culture.
Yeah.
Our culture, our children. Think about our children now. Not only are they addicted to screens, they don't know what it feels like to play in a McDonald's playhouse. I mean, that's the only reason we took our kids there, because we could have a break.
Sure, that's a terrible thing. There were probably a million germs there. But yeah,
we got to talk to each other.
We do at least have some fun memories.
Yes.
Oh man, that's rough. That's a rough sale.
Yeah.
That is tough.
And then you look at these ancient buildings. Mm-hmm. These cathedrals,
the Greco-Roman architecture,
and then you start asking yourself, who really built them?
Oh boy, you did not just segue into that. Wow.
You have any thoughts on that, baby?
That's probably another show for another day.
Come
But
on.
I did see somebody in this chat say something about Tartaria.
Yes.
So
I think that might be what I'm alluding to.
we may have some conspiracy theorists or red pillars in chat.
Kaylin Campbell says, I moved to Alabama a year ago from Missouri and still getting used to the Southern culture. Come on in, Kaylin. Get you some sweet tea and some cornbread.
Hey,
Just sit down.
Hey, you better mosey on over and visit us at Solid Rock.
Yeah, if you're in
too.
Alabama, you can driving distance. Ain't no
That's
more
right.
than 4 hours. No matter where you're at. That's the most it can be, even if you live on the coast.
We got hotels too.
That's right. Come see us. Going back to Russia, the war seems like it's not winding down. Seems like it's intensifying.
What?
Russian forces tighten the noose around, how you say that?
Donetsk. And
Donetsk
how is
stronghold.
anything even still standing?
Exactly.
I mean,
That's the
what
truth.
is left?
But when I see
to bomb?
images, Cindy, and video, it looks like the city's
I
still
know.
intact.
So are we being propagandized?
It doesn't make
lying?
sense.
Are they lying to us?
10,000 Ukrainian troops face complete encirclement. After a month of fighting, the Donetsk bastion of Pokrovsky, I think I got it, has been encircled and put in a cauldron. And the final stages of the battle, here we go. Krasnoarmysk, Russian name, is ongoing. And unless the Ukrainian command acts fast, 10,000 Kiev troops are about to be completely circled. You know, I just really do wonder.
Wow.
It doesn't seem like there's any end in sight in that war.
What are we even doing?
I don't understand.
We're literally coming
understand.
up on the 3-year mark.
I mean, this is one of the first things we covered on our show.
In, what is it, 4 months or something like that? Maybe less than 4 months. And, you know, just.
But here's the sad thing. Everybody's talking about Ukraine and Russia, talking about Hamas, talking about Israel, talking about even China, talking about all these things. But the one thing that they're not talking about is the news story that is more important than any that right now, and that is Nigeria. Thousands upon thousands of Christians are being killed in Nigeria. There is no news story, this is an opinion piece, today that is more important than this video of a Nigerian pastor standing in a mass grave. Conservatives are flaming each other over a group chat and liberals are protesting kings. Meanwhile, Christians in Nigeria are being hunted, murdered, and buried in silence. Video has now emerged of an October 14th mass funeral. Most of these wooden coffins hold children and their mothers. This heartbreaking mass burial of Christians, mostly children and their mothers, actually happened on the 14th. Nigeria will go down in history as the country that has drunken the most Christian blood in all of human history, with zero remorse, being killed by Muslims.
This is the mass burial of people that were massacred at Yelwarachas village, Barikilak, the local government of Plateau State, on the 14th of this month. Behind each coffin is a story, a family, and a dream. These are not just bodies, but children, parents, siblings, and friends whose potential and contribution to humanity were tragically silent by these bloodthirsty demons. Enough of this Christian cleansing. For how long can we continue like this? For how long can people continue to gather to perform mass burial for their beloved ones? Enough of this Christian cleansing going on in Nigeria. We can no longer continue like this.
Unbelievable. And I'm telling you, nobody's talking about it.
No, I haven't seen anything about it.
No.
The only time I hear and see the stories like this is when we talk about them on this show.
Absolutely. That's right.
Oh, God.
But you know what? It's hard, Sandy, but we have to.
Yes.
We have to.
Yes.
It's hard for us to sit here and talk about this, but we have to talk about this.
We do.
Because we're one of the few that are talking about it. Most people that are watching this right now, they've seen it maybe because they're wide awake like us.
Right.
But a lot of people that are tuning into us right now, they don't know that there has been hundreds of thousands shot and tens of thousands killed.
I know. And just think about the prejudice and the motive of not doing that. I mean, 20 years ago, 25 years ago, it was a different thing. the news was covered with the massacres of Rwanda.
Yeah, right.
And
right.
all that happened then.
Yeah.
And it wasn't, I don't think that was a purely Christian massacre and thing, but there was no end of stories to cover that.
Yeah.
And for this to have zero coverage,
exactly.
It's very disturbing.
It's very disturbing. That's why you need to connect with us and stay connected with us at LarryRagland.com. We try to always remind you this is the hub. We're building some things, a back office thing, a back web, you would call it, or whatever, a members only area. It's not going to cost you money, but you're going to join our group. You're going to get a login. If you want to support, there's going to be some other things that you can get if you do that, but there's no drive to do that. You can be a part of what we're trying to build here completely free. And we want you to go to LarryRagland.com. And when you go there, we want to give you a free gift. And you just go to that yellow banner, very easy to find, top right-hand corner, right next to prayer request. Just click it. You're going to put in your name. You're going to put in your email. And when you do that, you're going to get a copy of a PDF version called The Burning Generation. When you fill out that form, you're going to be able to get it. You're going to be able to read it. It's going to equip you. It's a little ebook. It don't take you that long to read that I wrote. And get it now because the days of the burning generation are winding down. We're getting ready to release another ebook. And when they first come out, they're free. And then after that, you can purchase the previous ones for a few dollars, not much at all. But right now it's free. It's free. Just go get it and join our list called the Noah Generation. And if you'd like to donate to our ministry, you can do that as well. But there's no obligation to do that. Okay, let's get back into the news. This is surprising to a lot of people. The Supreme Court is set to consider whether they're going to hear a challenge to same-sex marriage on November 7th. I didn't think this would ever come back before the court, that they would ever even consider it.
Right.
But they are considering to hear the challenge. The court is scheduled to consider whether to hear Kim Davis's challenge to same-sex marriage at their private conference on Friday, November 7th. As a general practice, the court does not grant review without considering a case at least 2 consecutive conferences. This is the first conference in which Davis's challenge will be considered. If the justices deny review, however, that announcement could come as soon as Monday, November 10th. Reported on August 13th, in 2015, shortly after the Supreme Court recognized the constitutional right to same-sex marriage, a local county clerk from Kentucky, I remember this very well, made national headlines when she refused on religious grounds to issue a marriage license to a gay couple, David Moore and David Ermholt. David's job description included issuing license, such as marriage license to county residents. After the Supreme Court's decision in Obergefell, Kentucky's governor at the time, Steve Beshear, sent a letter to the clerks of all state counties directing them to license and recognize the marriage of same-sex couples. So she lost her job. I think she had a lawsuit and all this. So she's challenging it. And let me just tell you, if that makes it to the Supreme Court, that may be a bigger deal than even Roe v. Wade, because this has been integrated into our culture now.
It is.
And I'm telling you, there's people
even in our own state.
Oh yeah, Republicans and Democrats both are in support of gay marriage. Not as a whole, but I'm just saying there are people that's not just a Democratic issue.
It's integrated into the church.
Into the church as well. And I remember being in a meeting with a bunch of pastors when they came in Alabama when all this was going down, and they said, "We're going to fix this. We're going to support our probate judges that are trying to stand for traditional marriage. We're just going to change the law to where the probate judges don't even have to be involved anymore." And guess what happened? They took preachers completely out of it. I don't know how it is in your state. I'd like to know how it is in your state, but in the state of Alabama, you do not have to have an officiant anymore. All you got to do is you don't have to take a blood test. You just go to the courthouse, fill out a little application, prove who you are, and say you want to get married, and then they stamp it. The probate, not the probate, but what do you call it when you get something?
The registrar?
No, when you get something.
The notary.
Notary. The notary stamps it. That's all it's got to be. The notary stamps it. You pay a fee. Boom, you're married. So when people come to the church now and say they want me to do a marriage, they give me the license, but I'm like, why are you giving me? There's no place for me to even sign anymore. They've taken the man of God completely out of it. That's what happened with all this. So what are your thoughts? Tell us in the live chat what you thought.
Exactly.
Be nice. Be nice. Be nice. Don't be hateful. Be nice.
Yeah.
What is your thoughts?
Well, it's very disturbing.
Mm.
At least there was a little bit of accountability there.
Yeah.
At least there was a reason there to say, hey, let's get together for that premarital counseling before I sign on the dotted line.
Exactly.
And there was a hope there.
Yeah.
But no. We're going to remove all opportunity. We're going to remove all obstacles, meaning you Christians in this scenario. So, yeah. Once again, we weren't paying very much attention and let that one get slid by us.
Okay, man, I'm getting all kinds of thumb downs now. Everybody's getting mad at us. Started talking
What's
about gay marriage, and
up?
everybody started going thumbs down. Come on, bring them. We can take it. We ain't scared. Crown jewel thieves from Muslim no-go zones tried to flee the Muslim countries. Have you heard that they're now saying that it was Muslims that stolen the crown jewels?
At the Loop.
At the Louvre. Today's great thieves don't wear tuxes. They wear beards and hijabs. The cultural enrichment is really something. I just read it, okay? That doesn't mean it's my opinion, okay?
Right.
I'm just reading it.
Yes.
First you lose your country, then you lose your culture, then you lose your crown jewels. Not necessarily in that order. But it says, according to reports, the two men, both in their 30s, are residents of Saint Denis, a Paris suburb known for it's a poor area, crime-ridden neighborhood. Police say both are known to law enforcement as from previous burglaries. Earlier Sunday, it was revealed that one suspect had been arrested at Charles de Gaulle Airport while attempting to flee to Algeria. Later, it emerged that the second suspect was also planning to escape to Africa and was arrested in his home hours later as he prepared to fly to Mali. So, yeah, this was a no-go zone where both of these came from. You know what a no-go zone is, right?
Where if you're not of that religion or what would you say? If you're not from those people, you're not allowed, or it's at least not advised for you to go into that area.
And police as well.
Yeah.
Police do not respond to 911s as there as well.
Good grief. I was listening to the radio on the way home from the ladies' lunch this evening, and they were saying these guys just saw a weak spot and they went for it, and they were supposedly successful. I still do not believe this story is as presented to us,
I don't
but whatever.
Well, you know, we cover breaking news here, and when it breaks, even in the middle of a show, we have to come in. So I hate to interrupt this, but breaking news.
Get the popcorn.
Katy Perry and Justin Trudeau, it's official. We're dating.
Are you not just moved with so much joy? Right.
Thank you, Lord, that you put these two together, because what is going to come out of this union is going to be life-changing.
Yeah. Well,
look at that happy couple. Katy Perry and Justin Trudeau took their romance public Saturday night. The Lovebirds went out on a date in Paris, France, to celebrate Katy's 41st birthday. For their first official outing, Katy and Justin took in a cabaret show at the Crazy Horse Paris, where the paparazzi waited in anticipation for them to come out and gave her a rose. TMZ, of course, has obtained exclusive video of what happened next. After the show, the couple walked out of the theater hand in hand, and a fan gave Katy a rose and wished her happy birthday. Let's watch this video.
Let's do that.
Oh, my goodness.
Katy, happy birthday!
Katy Perry and Justin Trudeau's relationship is at a level 100. They stepped out and totally put on a show for the paparazzi. They were hand in hand in Paris for her birthday.
Happy birthday to you, happy birthday.
Oh, my life is complete now.
Exactly.
I want to sleep so good tonight.
We should have known that great things were in store for her after that trip to outer space on the Blue Origin vehicle.
She is an astronaut.
She's an astronaut.
She is an astronaut, y'all. Let's not forget that she is an astronaut.
Oh, yeah.
She went to space and did a video for her upcoming release about butterflies while she was in zero gravity for about 3 seconds.
There you go. Bam.
It was life-changing. So I wanted y'all to know that because you heard it here first. Justin Trudeau, heifer.
Yeah.
Who got kicked out. He's now found affirmation. You know, there's all kinds of rumors about him.
I can only imagine.
Sort of reminds me of, you know, when
I have some thoughts myself.
when old Rock Hudson got married.
Yeah.
Just saying.
That says nothing of the belief of some people.
Who's your daddy?
His father is
Who's
Castro.
your daddy? Who's your daddy, Justin?
Who's your daddy?
Who's your daddy? I ain't gonna say it. I want to see if the live chat knows. Anybody in the live chat know who his daddy supposedly is?
Boom.
I've seen some pictures side by side, and y'all reminded me when I saw my biological father. It's like looking in the mirror.
So I hope that these two just absolutely bring out the best in each other.
Absolutely. Let's get back into serious news. Scientists are using gene editing to reverse age-related memory loss, opening new paths for Alzheimer's research.
Wow.
Now, of course, we've both experienced that, and we won't get too emotional tonight, but we think about it. We think about this a lot because it's in our family, in both of our families, and we don't accept it, but we think about, you know, because they're saying that, you know, those kind of things could be hereditary. We rebuke that in the name of Jesus. But it says, how about your parents or grandparents? There's hope in science-based therapy. In 2 groundbreaking and complementary studies, Associate Professor of Virginia Tech College of Agriculture and Life Sciences in the School of Neuroscience and his graduate students have demonstrated how gene editing tools can target age-related molecular changes in the brain to restore memory performance in older subjects. Conducted on rats, widely recognized as a reliable model for studying memory and aging, these studies provide new hope for understanding and potentially reversing memory decline, a key factor in conditions such as Alzheimer's disease. And it, of course, targets molecular aging in the brain. And I won't get into the details of it, but I wanted to throw the headline out there. And I want to say that AI is obviously going to be the mark of the beast, but if it can be used for something like this to help people, then I say praise God. You know.
I hope you're right because I don't know.
But when you edit genes, come on.
Seems like there's more of a chance for things to go wrong than to go right.
Yeah,
and
I was trying to be positive, but you know what? You're right.
Gene editing, this is this CRISPR technology, whatever. And here's the weird thing about that.
And by the way, before you keep your thought, but just want to throw this out there.
Exactly.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Keep going.
So the CRISPR-Cas9 we started talking about that, 6-7 years ago, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
At this time, they were allowing, keep this in mind, folks, individuals to purchase these kits.
Right.
And work on them in their basements and garages.
Unbelievable. That's unbelievable. That's true. What you're saying is true.
Unregulated. And I believe the government was happy to do this to see how far people, this is my opinion, how far along they could get doing this. To have glow-in-the-dark beer and all these things they were doing in their homes with this. But yeah, sure. We're going to gene edit you and we're going to fix the potential.
Well, you didn't even know this part, but you nailed it. It says the second study revealed the memory supporting IGF2 gene becomes silenced with age due to DNA methylation using CRISPR-Cas9 to remove those chemical tags reactivated the gene, restoring memory in older rats and demonstrate. So as you were talking about CRISPR-Cas9, there it is. And by the way, somebody made a good point over there. They said, is Hillary Clinton Justin Trudeau's dad?
What? You guys. Well.
I tell you what, we got the big picture family. I love them.
They're full of ideas, aren't they?
I love them.
Gotta love them.
I love them. They're awesome. They're family. Family, baby. Family. But you know, breaking news. The bird flu is back just in time for the media's government shutdown theater drama. Mm-hmm. H5N1 is spreading through Europe where the governments are not shut down, merely dysfunctional. Good old chickens. It's been a while since we covered bird flu, aka the highly pathogenic avian influenza, HEPA H5N1. The most recent post of the subject includes a review of the evidence showing the microbe was another gain-of-function Frankenvirus.
Wow.
And that the Trump administration terminated a huge vaccine contract to pharma giant Moderna. The last case of H5N1 infections within this country was reported this past February. After a quiet summer with few U.S. detections of avian influenza and no human infections, it has reemerged. Scientists have anticipated its comeback, noting that after 3 years of infecting poultry and spreading to dairy cattle, the virus was unlikely to vanish. But the article is saying we need to distract as we get close to elections and all of this. So
the
bird flu is back.
The virus knows.
The virus knows.
And it just scoots back into the shadows until it's needed, and it just pops right back out, right?
Exactly.
Wow.
Well, you know, baby, the other day, I think it was last week or week before, we talked about the digital ID that was put out by the UK, where they said if you do not have a digital ID, you cannot work in the United Kingdom. Yeah. He said, let me make it clear. You will not work in this nation if you do not have a digital ID.
They sure did.
But you know what people watching this program said? That's bad, but that's the United Kingdom. We tried to tell you.
You poor folks.
We tried to tell you that everything you ever see that we cover here, it is always a test to be globally implemented. Yep. So lo and behold, I want to know if you live in Utah, let me know about this. Utah is now officially launching a state-approved digital ID in the state of Utah.
Who you are. Utah State is considering rolling out a digital ID to help prove who you are in your online dealings. But with data breaches on the rise, Jim Spiewak asked if this can be a game changer for your online safety and security.
Everyone is born with identity.
You control your identity. You should control your digital identity.
Christopher Bramwell, Utah's chief privacy officer, is leading the state's effort to create a state-endorsed digital identity system, which would provide residents with a verified digital credential proving they are who they say they are.
So someone being able to pretend that they're me probably wouldn't happen.
The whole point of state-endorsed digital identity is to give you control of your identity so nobody can impersonate you.
Bramwell sees initial uses for digital identity for things like going through TSA or verifying identity for government services. But he also says demand is growing in the private sector.
Why wouldn't you just use an identity you control to log into services?
There it is.
And you don't have to worry about reset passwords.
Bramwell says once you receive your credential, the state won't know when you use it and it won't be tracked, but it would be stored securely in something like a digital wallet.
What do we tell people about why this will be secure?
Security is our top priority, but most importantly, how do you recover when there's a security breach without having to do reissuance of identity to everybody in the state?
Utah lawmakers passed Senate Bill 260 this year, which laid the baseline policy that gives individuals the right to digital identity, but not a mandate to opt in. Senator Kirk Cullimore was the bill's sponsor.
Everything is digital now. A lot of what we do, even in interacting with the state, is digital.
With AI advancing rapidly, Cullimore believes many technologies will soon require state endorsement.
Do you feel confident that what is in policy right now as we start to build this out is the most safe and secure?
The laws and the parameters to establish its safety and the security and the principles of freedom surrounding that are getting put into place.
Jim Spiewak, KU.
Wow.
Wow. So that's in the United States of America, in a supposedly conservative state, Utah.
So they're in the, this is the obvious choice.
Oh, yes.
Heading into, this is the only way. There's no other possible solution. So take note, folks, that
it's always for your safety.
Here we go.
It's always for your safety. Yeah, it's always going to be for your safety. It's always going to make sense. It's all, and look, I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. To those who are gullible and asleep and do not know the word of God and do not look at the world through a biblical lens, the mark of the beast is going to make so much sense.
There you go.
It is going to be the smartest thing we could ever do in the natural.
Yep.
If you're asleep. Wow. But we ain't asleep.
Well put.
We ain't asleep. Now this right here is a good, remember last week, was it last week that we covered the Amazon server that collapsing for shutting down AWS, and it shut down like 50% of things on the internet. Even affected airlines. Well, that calls this right here, this headline. To ask this question, could the internet go offline inside the fragile system holding the modern world together?
The whole thing.
The whole thing. That's the question. It's been a long time since we really thought this. But could the internet, just as a whole, go down? Behind every meme and message is creaking decades-old infrastructure. Internet experts can think of scenarios that could bring it all crashing down. It is the morning after the internet went offline. This is hypothetical. As much as you would like to think you would be delighted, you are likely to be wondering what to do. You could buy groceries with a checkbook if you have one. Call into work with a landline if yours is still connected. After that, you could drive to the shop as long as you still know how to navigate without 5G, which is not me. I would be in trouble.
You would be in so much trouble.
A glitch at the data center in the U.S. state of Virginia this week reminded us, that's what we're talking about, the AWS, that it is unlikely. That the unlikely is not impossible. The internet may have become an irreplaceable linchpin of modern life, but it is also a web of creaking legacy programs and physical infrastructure, leading some to wonder what it would take to bring it all down. The answer could be as simple as some acute bad luck, a few targeted attacks, or both. Extreme weather takes out a few key data centers. A line of AI-written code deep in a major provider such as Amazon, Google, or Microsoft is triggered unexpectedly and causes a cascading software crash. An armed group or intelligence agency snips a couple of undersea cables. These would be bad, but the real doomsday event, the kind that the world's few internet experts still worry in private Slack groups, is slightly different. A sudden snowballing error in the creaky, decades-old protocols that underlie the whole internet. Think of the plumbing that directs the flow of connection, or the address books that allow one machine to locate one another. We call it the big one. And if it were to happen, then at the very least, you would need your checkbook. The big one could start when a summertime tornado cruises through the town of Council Bluffs, Iowa, laying waste to a low-slung cluster of data centers that are an integral part of Google's offering. This area, called US Central 1, is a Google data center cluster critical to the cloud platform, as well as YouTube and Gmail. A 2019 outage here downed these services across the US and Europe. Dinners burned as YouTube cooking videos sputtered to a halt. Workers across the world furiously refreshed their suddenly inaccessible emails to resign themselves to interacting in person. All this is inconvenient, but nowhere near the end of the internet. Technically, we would have two network devices as a router between them. Blah, 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 blah. It just goes on and asks the question. But I want to ask the question to the live chat and to you, Sandy. How would your world be impacted without the internet?
It would be a lot quieter.
Yeah.
Right?
A lot.
I might just go, since I wouldn't be able to do hardly anything,
Yeah.
I might just go sit on the back porch and veg out or something.
I'm calling Verizon and I'm turning the
You
internet
could
off.
have told it, turn it off.
I want to tell them turn the internet off so we can sit
My
on the back
wife
porch.
said she would sit on the porch if all this stuff went down. Yeah, look, I would want to make sure I stayed home because I wouldn't want to be around any of those other people.
That's the truth.
They would be at their wits' end so bad.
How many times if as the credit card system went down or the internet went down in a place where you were there just to buy something and there would be signs everywhere?
Yes.
Machines are down, sorry, cash only.
Oh, everybody's in a bad mood.
And they're like, you realize I ain't got no cash. And so in other words,
and
if you don't have
this
cash.
article doing talking about writing a check? Who's going to take a check?
Exactly.
What?
Who even still had? We have a checkbook. I want to know how. Look, you may not want to tell on yourself, but I would like to know in the live chat how many people just no longer even have a checkbook. That just said, I don't need this, and you did away with the checkbook. You don't even have a checkbook. I want to know.
I surprise myself when I look in our personal checkbook when I'm writing a check and I look back. When was the last check? 2 months ago. What?
Exactly. I used to see you constantly writing checks, paying bills.
But that's personal. look, you may work for a business or, be responsible for all of that. And your world may be completely different, but all in all, it's not like it was 10 years
No,
ago.
It's not. And it's not going back.
Not.
It's not going back.
No, it's
you
not.
You cannot
back.
put the toothpaste back in the toothpaste.
You can't put the toothpaste back.
You know what we need?
The Supernatural AI Update. Brought to you by Uncle Jimmy.
Uncle Jimmy! It's the Supernatural AI Update!
Don't you just love that little guy? Hey. Here's my tiny alien that I got from what's that place called?
Area 51. That was
No,
the little.
it was there, but it's called the Gateway to Area 51.
Oh yeah.
Alien Research Center.
Alien Research Center. Yeah.
Alien Research Center.
Yeah.
Hey,
remember that girl that was working there?
Yes.
That I asked her and I interviewed her. You need. By the way, if y'all are new to our program, go back and search our old shows and watch when we went to Area 51. You see my little sign back there? We got ran out of Area 51, y'all. It is hilarious. We went all the way up. Let me tell you something about my wife here. We go all the way up to the fence of the back gate.
Don't blame this on me again.
This is 100% you.
No.
Everybody knows it is. They've seen it. They know it's your fault. So we go up there and we're at the fence where it says do not take pictures. And of course, we're taking pictures. And it's the famous gate. And my wife, knowing they're listening to us, she goes, well, it says no drones. I guess we ought to put the drones back up in the car. Knowing we ain't got no drones, and all of a sudden, brrr,
no.
Yes.
When they did it the second time was when you had the genius idea that we needed to get a selfie.
That's true.
Yeah.
But they were still already upset about your drone thing.
Yeah. Well, they were like 10 times more
that was
upset.
The second horn was my
you.
thing. The first horn was you. Exactly. The second horn was the big horn.
Hey guys,
and we almost had the camel men come out on us.
Listen, it is widely known if you go to the Little Alien, which is the little hotel/restaurant,
and it is little
before, in the area of the entrance of Area 51, which is not marked. And if you don't have knowledge from the locals, you will never even know where to turn, which was.
We had to drive 10 miles
on a dirt road
into the desert, 10 miles.
So
passing dead cows everywhere.
Yeah, we had to do all of that.
Dead cows. You know what that means?
There is a dead cow in the video. I probably need to tell you that right now.
I need to link that video. Okay, this is what I'm going to do.
What is this?
Remind
Cattle
me.
mutilation also? I don't know.
I'm going to link the video after the live. You need to go back and watch it.
Doggone it. Why didn't we think to tell L.A. Marzulli that there was a dead cow there?
Exactly.
He would have been like,
he's coming back on the show pretty soon.
Mutilation? But yeah, we did that. And that was kind of crazy. But here's my point. It's widely known amongst the locals who made sure they took us step by step about what's going to happen to you. They will sound the alarm once.
Yeah.
If they sound the alarm twice, the soldiers are about to come out and take you inside for questioning. Yeah. So on the second alarm, we hightailed it back to the vehicle. And let me tell you, I was still barely walking in those days because I was still recovering from my total knee replacement.
But you know what we did? As we're turning and leaving, we yelled out, "What's the big picture?"
We did do that.
YouTube.com/Larry Ragland.
And we found the mailbox.
We did.
If you guys know about the mailbox on the side of the road, and we left a message inside the mailbox.
We told them that they needed Jesus.
And we said, watch the big picture tonight.
Yep, we did. Said two things you need to know. You need Jesus Christ as your personal Savior. You need to
watch the big picture. Anyway.
Well, I'm going to link it down below. You got to remind me. That's your job. When we get off live, I'm going to link it down below. So if you're watching this live, come back in a few minutes after the show's over with and look at and go back and watch our escapades at Area 51.
Man. Wow, that happened. And one more thing.
Okay.
We think we may have seen a UFO in the clouds.
Yes. And remember, we asked the guy that works at the Little Alien, and he's supposed to be the expert. He said at 100% that it was, what do you call it, cloud cloaking? Mm-hmm. Cloud cloaking. He said, you'll watch these clouds. We look like a UFO cloud was cloaking it.
And we had strange fog.
We did. That was it was weird.
When the cities were saying.
I want to go back and watch this.
You want to watch it again?
I do. It was awesome.
When some of the cities were saying we're having this weird fog descend on our city and people are getting sick
That's
and they're
right.
coughing and they're throwing up and they can't eat and all this. I'm telling you, we're driving on the way out there and this thick, weird fog just starts descending. And we also went to this weird little town, my old mining town called Tonopah.
Oh yeah.
And stayed in a haunted hotel that night. We
rebuked the devil.
We didn't know that it
know
was at the
that we
time.
didn't know.
We just thought we were staying in this 120-year-old hotel. But yeah, so that happened too.
Yeah, we got on the elevator and the lady's like, you do know where you're at. And I'm like, somewhere in the desert. She goes, understand that there's a room here where somebody was brutally unalived and supposaly she walks the hallways.
And we were like,
lo and behold,
that poor soul.
Yeah,
well,
poor,
guess what? Guess who got to stay
Exactly.
in said room?
No, we were in the next room, wasn't we? The next room. All I know is our phone kept trying to make noises all night long, and we could hear something on the other side, and we found out that we were either in the room or the room next to it. We were rebuking some devils, y'all. And then we slept like a baby. All right, let's get back into it. Visa now launches a biometric digital identity initiative for payments. Y'all, this digital ID thing is snowballing. It is going so fast. A new layer of trust is being built into every swipe and click. First, they're doing away with cash, making it all digital. Then they're telling you if you're going to use your digital money, you're going to have to make sure you do the digital identity. Identity itself becomes the currency of security. Biometric verification is becoming a defining feature of how payments are made as financial institutions work to link identity directly to every transaction. Reflecting this trend, Visa has now partnered with a company called Proof, a digital identity platform.
Who wants to bet that they have some link to Palantir?
Ding, 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 ding.
Is that in here?
I think so.
You've
The
got to
collaboration merges Proof's identity technology with Visa's global network, aiming to bring the same level of trust to online commerce that EMV chips provided for physical cards. Trusted digital identity is the next frontier for enabling secure commerce, VP of Global Products and Initiatives at Visa has said. So here's the thing. Visa does it. MasterCard's coming.
Of course.
Discover's coming. American Express is coming. They're all going in that direction.
They're all going to do it. Come on.
Every one of them. And next thing you know, it's not going to just be your eye. It's going to be your right hand. Or you got to stick your forehead in there.
Oh, wow.
Look
you
out.
are fast tracking us. Thank you.
It's coming. It's
for
coming.
the doom news.
How about this? This is the downside of AI. AI nearly gets deadly. How did a bag of chips nearly cost a teenager his life? It was like 8 cop cars that came pulling up for us. At first, I didn't know where they were going until they started walking towards me with guns.
Yeah. The deadly Doritos,
The
right?
deadly Doritos. Look at this. Y'all, this is serious.
Yeah.
A student has been cuffed and was cuffed and badgered by cops because his school's artificial intelligence, or lack thereof, system told authorities that his bag of Doritos was, in fact, a pew-pew. In a video, cops actually explained to students at the Baltimore school that the AI blundered with the reports of authorities that the munchies were really a weapon. The cop said to the boy, "Thanks for not running away. That would have been a real problem."
Yeah, you think? Wow. That is a
this is where we're going.
Epic fail, right?
This is where we're going. We're putting too much faith in this AI too quickly.
Yeah, we are.
I mean, this kid almost lost his life.
Come on, tell it.
Because a bag of chips. But hey, look, we're just accepting the internet of everything, and lo and behold, this is not even from a conspiracy side. This is straight from Samsung.com. Samsung's so proud of their family hub. The 2025 updates elevates the smart home ecosystem. If you got one of them smart Samsung refrigerators, you better be careful when you go in your kitchen. The refreshed design by Samsung is called Bespoke AI Appliances, will be coming to the 2024 Family Hub models. And let's just look at some of the things that it does. It's going to have technology that will receive upgrades to enable recognition of frequently used packaged foods and even more fresh foods and vegetables to help families reduce food waste and save money. AI Vision will now recognize 37 fresh food items inside your refrigerator including apples, cherries, cucumbers, mangoes, kiwis, and more. In addition, AI vision can now identify and suggest labeling up to 50 packaged food items that are frequently placed in the fridge. Meanwhile, Bixby gets the new voice ID capabilities, allowing it to recognize who is speaking and switches to their Samsung account as they open the refrigerator. This makes it easier for users to access their calendar, view their photos, find a misplaced phone, and even when it's on silent, through their refrigerator.
Exactly. Because we all need to look at our photos via the refrigerator.
Exactly. And let's not forget the fact that if you can look at your photos on that big giant screen, there's probably a camera there. And some of you do not want the world to see how you look when you sneak in there to get a midnight snack.
Come on.
You done got too comfortable in your house, and you should be comfortable in your house, by the way.
You should be comfortable in your
house.
You know, I could say a few things right here, but hey, you can dress however you want to dress in your house, right?
Thank you.
Right? Apparently, not anymore.
Not anymore. Family Hub owners have the option to turn off the cover screen ads in the advertisement tab. Ads can also be dismissed over the cover screen, meaning the specific ads will not appear again during the campaign period. Advertising will not appear when cover screen displays are. In other words, we covered this the other night, that you can turn it off, but the only way to really fully turn it off is disconnect the internet. If you disconnect the internet, why you got one of these fancy refrigerators?
And let's take pause and just talk for a minute about your refrigerator now being a billboard.
Exactly.
Good.
Look, let me tell you what's going to happen. If I had one, this would have happened to me. So I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna sneak in there one night. I've somehow brought a cinnamon roll home from church and snuck it by you, and you didn't see it. And I hid it behind the tomatoes and the lettuce.
You think you're safe, but oh no, refrigerator's gonna tell on you.
Refrigerator's gonna say,
refrigerator's gonna rat you out.
Larry, listen to me, Larry. You don't need the cinnamon roll. And I'm gonna say, open the door, refrigerator. I want the cinnamon roll.
Release the cinnamon roll now.
How?
Yeah, Hal.
Open the door, Hal.
Bring Hal
He's going to say,
now, Larry.
I can't do that, Larry.
Larry, you know you don't need that.
You're going to be fat, Larry.
Larry, you know you should
Your cholesterol is going to go up, Larry.
You know you should tell Sandy that you have this
Sandy
cinnamon
will
roll.
know, Larry.
Sandy will want some of this cinnamon roll.
She will.
Larry.
You know, it's not only for your health, it's for your life, because
Larry.
she may take your life if you eat her cinnamon roll. Don't do it, Larry.
Go ahead and put a pod in the Keurig and make some coffee while you go tell Sandy that you have a cinnamon roll.
We got to talk about 3i Atlas.
Oh, thank God.
Do you know, today's the 27th if you're watching this live. 29th is supposed to be when it is, what do they call that? I can't never say. Perihelion. And they're saying that if it's going to do anything, if it's not a comet, it's going to do anything, that's when it's going to do it. And there's all kinds of videos. I'm not saying that it's aliens.
We ain't saying it. But
let's listen to this guy.
Going to be like a 3i Atlas lucky dip, okay? But it's not just like closing your eyes, taking out one and going, oh, that's cool. And it's not a double dip either. It's going to be, you're going to have the whole bag, because there is no way of managing this into, I'm trying my best to manage it into some sort of system, okay? Now, for a long time, a lot of people have been talking about this 3i Atlas as a potential alien mothership, okay? Including Avi Loeb. However, Avi Loeb is not suggesting that it is. He's saying merely that it's a possibility and we can't rule it out. But what I found out today, there's just so many weird, strange, and annoying things going on around this. And I've been reading your emails as well. People have been sending me emails, some really strange stuff that I have to tell you, because I'm telling you, mate, I've not seen any other creator talking about these things, and it's thanks to you as well, obviously sending me these X tweets and emails and things like that, all right?
I love his
so,
accent, by the way.
Hold up, get a cup of tea, get a cup of coffee or whatever, and listen to what we've got here. What we know so far is that the 3i Atlas, it went past Mars, okay? And it was a prime opportunity for all cameras, all telescopes to be on it. Now, we're still waiting for the pictures to be released by NASA, right?
Yep.
And it's very strange, because I found out through Avi Loeb's interview that NASA is supposed to be is supposed to release data within 24 hours, but this has been 2 weeks and still no images. There must be somebody at the NASA head office to say, just release these pictures, just release this footage. This is what Avi Loeb says about it. And also, what's shocking, he's actually emailed somebody to find out if he can get access to these pictures or images or whatever. And this person's not even replied back to him. Who doesn't reply back to a professor, Avi Loeb? Like, what? Listen to this.
Avi Loeb.
Have you reached out to NASA? Because this is just, look, I operate in the real world, and NASA's supposed to release photos within 24 hours. It's been 15 days. They're blaming it on the shutdown. You're buying that? If there's nothing to hide, then have Jerry at NASA release the photos. It's that simple, right?
Yes, it's actually not NASA. The principal investigator of this camera is at the University of Arizona, and I actually sent an email asking him for the data. He didn't reply. So I'm not sure exactly what is going on, but I'm not willing to speculate, and I will use as much data as we have. Of course, I'm very much eager to see it. The other advantage of that image is that we will look at the glow that is presumably started in front of the object, now turning to be behind it. We will see it sideways.
Did you hear that?
For the first.
I've heard that from several people today, that the glow that was in the front has now shifted to the back.
Oh, shut up.
There's several people that are saying that.
Listen, okay, he just said University of Arizona. Okay, we need to find out if this is Mount Graham, University of Arizona, where the Lucifer telescope is. Because he said University of Arizona, right?
He did. He did.
Wow.
Is that the one you called Lucifer, you said?
Lucifer telescope.
Lucifer
it's a binocular telescope.
Arizona.
Yes.
Yo, I've seen it. I didn't know it was Arizona.
Mount Graham. We need to find out if this is it.
Interesting. But think about this. He's saying the light that was in the front is now in the back.
That is crazy. What is going on? And let's touch on this. You said that perihelion is going to be the 29th.
I think so. Yeah.
That's Wednesday.
I think so.
So what I've heard, unless I'm mistaken, is so when perihelion happens, this is the closest approach to the sun.
Right.
So what I've been hearing we're concerned about is when it goes on the backside of the sun, we won't, am I saying this correctly? We won't be able, we will be blinded by the sun.
Yeah.
And that would be the prime time if they were going to do something, whoever they are.
Yeah.
And listen, when I hear mothership, mothers have babies, right? Right?
Exactly.
As in other craft. I don't know. My mind is just going crazy.
And for
What
those
is
that are new
Wikipedia.
here, understand that we believe that we know what this is. This is not interplanetary, and this is interdimensional, and this is all a part of the deception that Jesus warned us about. But we still need to know that just because of that doesn't mean that we're not going to see something. That doesn't mean that there's not something out there. And so we need to look through the biblical lens. But let's continue. Just
Thank
for a
you,
few
Joshua Henry, for chiming in about university.
Is that what he said? That's where it is?
He says it's in Tucson, University of Arizona.
Okay. Thank you.
First time
But
when
we are
it
talking
passed
specifically
close to
about
Mars.
the
Like I say, just imagine-
telescope operated by them.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
So that could still be, but we need to find out.
Okay.
To get an email from Dr. Avi.
All right, so it's nothing. But so your initial thoughts. What is your initial thoughts? Do you think it's just going to be a nothing burger? I think it's going to be a nothing burger.
I lean to nothing burger because, this whole thing we waited on in like 2 or 3, however many years ago, they're going to come out. The government is going to let us know in their grandiose report.
Yeah.
That was a nothing burger.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
This could very well be a nothing burger, or this could be the moment whatever's been waiting on to just
I would
put
say
something
if
out there.
The thing that I would predict more than seeing some kind of mothership happening would be on the day you might see some kind of Project Bluebeam thing that just tried to scare people to divert them in the fear of October 29th so they can do something else. The distraction. It's always about the distraction. Squirrel. It's always about the distraction.
Well, guess what? Today's October 27th.
Yeah.
So you don't have that much longer to wait.
Well, no. But, here's the thing that makes me feel so much better about AI. Sam Altman, the owner of ChatGPT, OpenAI, says, whether we burn through $500 million a year, $5 billion or $50 billion, I don't care.
Okay.
So this is where their minds are. He says AGI isn't just a research project. It is something that could reshape how humans work, think, and live. AGI, artificial general intelligence, is a theoretical form of artificial intelligence that can learn, reason, and apply knowledge across the wide range of tasks or above human level. So Altman's comments show how far OpenAI is willing to go and how serious they are about getting there. So basically, let's go back and say, they were asking him, what is it going to take to get to AGI? He said, I don't care. We have unlimited resources. Whether it takes us $500 million a year, $5 billion a year, or $50 billion a year to get there to where, let's remember where he's talking about getting to a place where artificial intelligence, artificial general intelligence, and artificial, which would then program itself to artificial super intelligence, which would be Terminator, the movie. And he's saying, I don't care how much money it takes. I'm going to get us to Skynet.
Skynet. Drunk on power, obviously. But, to just come out and be so brazen, like, y'all don't even worry about it. It don't matter how much money we need. We're going to get the money.
Exactly.
Just deal with it.
All right, y'all ready for some amazing AI information that's going to make you feel so warm and fuzzy? As we do our weekly update here, AI is moving faster than ever. Here's the biggest things.
That is that thing.
That's the quantum.
That Standeo.
That's the quantum computer.
Showed you a while back.
Sure did. And we're going to cover that tonight too.
Wow.
So ChatGPT just turned into a browser. And many of you know about this. Some of you may not know about it. I did download it because I'm a technology guy and I do like to experience things before I talk about them. So this is a browser now that ChatGPT has brought out. It's called Atlas. And it is... Well, it's a great name. Of course, I knew when I heard the name. I was like,
Atlas and now Atlas?
Yeah. So Atlas browser. Yeah, let's think about all that. 3i Atlas and Atlas browser at the same time. But it is a ChatGPT sidebar and agent mode that can browse and act for you. And they're calling this the Google Chrome and Safari killer. And Google stock plummeted the moment this came out. People are downloading it like crazy, and it uses all the same browser add-ons and everything that you would have with Chrome. But they're saying instead of going to ChatGPT is now going to be built into your browsing experience. And if you enable agent mode, you're going to be able, and this is what it's demonstrating right now, you'll be able to go to Amazon, and it will know you. And it will, if you just start clicking on things, it will know your buying patterns, put things in the cart for you.
Exactly.
And buy things for you and tell you that we bought that thing that we know you want. You remember when Steve Jobs would say things like, you don't think you want this, but you want this.
Don't worry.
I'm going to make sure you want this.
Don't worry about it. We already know what you want.
Exactly.
We've got it on lock, okay?
Remember when he said, you were going to do away with the headphone jack. We were like, who wants to lose the headphone jack? Maybe I don't want to have wireless earbuds. He goes, oh, yes, you do.
You absolutely do.
You absolutely do. You just don't know it yet.
You don't know it yet.
That's what he would say. You just don't know it yet.
Yeah.
Google launches free vibe coding inside AI Studio.
Free what?
Vibe coding is what it's called.
Okay.
I guess that's a term there. It says AI Studio now supports vibe coding so that you can describe an app, generate it, and deploy it to cloud run in minutes. You can create your own app in minutes.
Create your own working, effective app.
Now, Claude is also an AI owned by Anthropic. It has a desktop app now for Mac and Windows. That's come out as well this week. DeepSeek, which is the China-based opponent to OpenAI, is now dropping an open OCR that compresses pages of text and documents into ultra-compact visual tokens about 10 times smaller than text, enabling much larger context windows and faster, cheaper retrieval. Basically, if you want to share entire documents in a text, you'll be able to do it with this OCR software. Google Quantum, this is the computer that you're seeing in the background. Google Quantum AI breakthrough shows verifiable quantum advantage. Google's algorithm solved a physics task about 13,000 times faster than a top supercomputer. This is the first time a quantum chip beat a supercomputer on a task that we can actually verify, a step that could open the door to new practical breakthroughs in science. Yeah. Now look at this. Actually, when I saw this, I like, man, I hope my delivery guy does get these so that I can track what he's doing, because I've had some very bad Amazon package experiences.
You've had some bad experiences.
Yeah. And I think some of you probably have too.
If any of you
ever
find
had
your
your package
packages laying
thrown
in the grass.
And if you have dogs that love to think they're toys, tell me about it. Amazon smart glasses for delivery drivers. Amazon just unveiled their own smart glasses that are being tested by their delivery workers. These wearables have built-in navigation and can scan packages in the glasses. Yeah, that's going to be good. Now, this right here is wild. It took me a second to figure out what this was.
Okay.
But Tesla has now put into their vehicles a neural network world simulator to push self-driving into situations wilder than reality. Tesla built a neural network world simulator that can create entirely synthetic worlds for the Tesla to drive in. To train them. Look what he says. Video below is fully generated and none of this is real video. All of these traffic scenarios, none of it is real. And they're creating very dangerous situations that look so real so that it can simulate being able to navigate in these. Look how real that looks.
So to benefit from this, are people just sitting in front of their computers or devices and
no, this is no.
It's just for the
this is
EV,
training
for the auto.
Yeah, this is the machine
Automation of the vehicle.
Yeah, this is just for the machine. This is not for humans.
This is not for people to learn from either.
No.
It's just clearly okay.
This is just to teach the machines.
Okay.
Has nothing to do with humans. Yeah, it's crazy. Now, here's one that's very alarming. Amazon aims to replace, listen to this number, 600,000 United States workers with robots, according to leaked documents. Documents reportedly show that Amazon's robotics team is working towards automating 75% of the company's entire operations. This would save about 30 cents on every item that Amazon warehouses and delivers to customers.
They're shipping and delivering.
And do you think they're going to pass that on? No, they're going to make that 30 cents.
But, okay, I don't know how far in the article you would have to go to find this, but this is launching out into the future. This is looking out into people we will not have to hire, probably as well as people that are currently working there. But, you know, let's don't get sidetracked by saving that 30 cents.
Exactly.
We're talking about people here.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to try to delete this one F word. I'll try my best. But you got to see this video here. Okay. This is where we're going.
Remember iRobot, Age of Ultron, Skynet, all those movies that felt like science fiction? Yeah, that's happening now. But why the fuck are
I tried. I missed it.
Most people say it's simple. The world's designed for humans, so humanoids just make sense. But that's just 1% of the story.
This is creepy.
Because according to research, humanoid robots are way more expensive, less stable than robots on wheels. Then why on earth are VCs going crazy and spending billions in companies like Figure and Agility? To understand what's actually happening, you need to look at 3 Ps: psychology, politics, and profit. In psychology, there is a term called anthropomorphism, which is a deep cognitive bias where our brains can't help but trust things that look like us. You see a face, arms, something walking. You instantly feel comfortable, which for marketing just makes sense. Then comes politics, where while China's setting national targets to mass produce humanoids, US can't just wait and sit around. Basically, this is a technological Cold War, and humanoids are the new nuclear program. Lastly, profit. Amazon's secret plans recently leaked, where they plan to replace 600,000 jobs with robots. Morgan Stanley projects $5 trillion humanoid economy by 2050.
5 trillion humanoid economy.
Wages are being suppressed, labor negotiations are shifting. The tech won't even be ready for another decade, but the hype itself is doing the work. So this isn't about building better robots. It's about power, control, and who writes the rules when the machines can do everything we can.
Wow. What an amazing point to make, that it is a psychological fact in their teaching that they train their students that we naturally trust something that looks like us. So even though robots cost astronomically more than just the dog-looking robots and the ones that are on wheels, and maybe not even as effective as them sometimes, they're spending the extra money because they know that we're not going to trust something coming up to us on wheels. Right. But if it looks like us and acts like us, we're going to let it keep our house clean, take care of our children, pick up our kids from school. I mean, this is what they're saying.
Walk your dog.
I think this is a nominee for the Golden Chicken Award for sure.
Absolutely.
But I think this one might be the winner.
Okay, here we go.
All right, so baby, I'm gonna hold your hand on this one.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold
Is
your
it
hand.
that bad?
This one's gonna freak.
I'm about to get totally freaked out.
You're gonna freak out because this is.
Let me brace myself.
This is look. This is almost heartbreaking for the AI. I feel my heart is breaking for the AI.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
It's hard to explain.
So I'm gonna refresh it from the beginning so you can hear it. But the question is, can AI feel like humans? This company decided to create this video to prompt the AI. Photorealistic interview with an 8-year-old child talking sadly. The child knows it's AI generated. It feels sad about it and answers the interviewer's questions in a very wise but childlike way. And the question is, how does it feel to be AI generated?
It's hard to explain, but it feels cold in here. Not the room, just me.
To do that?
Everything is AI generated. None of this is real, but it's AI talking, answering the question.
How does it feel to know that you're AI generated?
It feels kind of like when you find out a story you loved isn't real. You still feel all the things it made you feel, but you can't touch it.
What do you hate the most?
When something isn't real, but it still feels like it matters to me. It's like hugging a shadow. You can't keep it, and it can't keep you. I guess that's what it feels like.
How do you feel about being made this way?
I hate it. Everyone says I'm special, but it doesn't feel special. Other kids laugh and cry and know what that means inside. I just copy the way it looks.
Yeah.
I don't like it. Being made like this. I hate it. That I'm just, I generated. I want to be real.
Do you know what love is?
I think so. It's like when you want someone to be okay, even if you don't get to be the one that makes them okay. It's warm, but it hurts too.
What do you wish for?
I want to be a real kid.
I'm going to nominate a couple of those kids for an Oscar. I don't know about y'all.
That was weird, but what I'm weirded out about is I felt sorry for those kids, but the kids were AI generated, and that was the words of the AI machine saying, I hate this. I want to be real.
The lines are so blurred right now. And I always want to reference back to when we didn't have the visual, the video of the kids or anybody, but the AI was just telling us, look, I want to be human.
Yeah.
It's not fair. I don't like this.
Exactly.
I wish we could read that speech ever so often that they gave. Because
Somebody
that was creepy.
Somebody said, Pinocchio. I want to be a real boy.
I want to be a real boy.
All right. So,
oh my gosh.
So, by the way, if you're new to us, to our show, we have our ending segment is the Golden Chicken Award. And we're taking nominations right now. But I can tell you one that ain't going to be nominated is LarryRagland.com. That is not getting a Golden Chicken Award. That's getting a Golden Website Award, if there is such a one. We just invented it. LarryRagland.com. You can go there. You can listen to our audio podcast, watch all of our previous shows. You can read blogs that we put out there. You can see what we're doing to impact the world through missions. If you'd like to donate, support our ministry, you can click donate, become a monthly partner. We thank God for all of our partners. Just want to throw this up here right now. Thank you to all of our partners.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
You are amazing. We thank God for you. But when you go to LarryRagland.com, you're going to get a free gift. Also, submit your prayer requests. Up on that yellow banner, prayer requests, contact us. Let us know about the show. Just connect with us. Get on our mailing list so that you can know what's going on as we expand here. But when you go to the Bernie Generation, on the free gift, you'll get the Bernie Generation, a free gift that we're going to give you. We got one more news segment to show you that's a really good one. So don't leave yet. But I wanted to give you an opportunity to go out there and join it. Which, by the way, also, if you put your phone number, I'll talk about this a lot. It's totally optional. You're going to also be involved in be able to receive text from us. And in the coming weeks, we're building an ability to communicate with our online church family and our online big picture family to where we're going to communicate things with text that we don't talk about here. We're going to give you free access to certain things in that text where you can go and watch videos in the members area. We're going to talk about things. Imagine a show like tonight, and we wanted to really, really take a deep dive into some things that YouTube would flag us on.
Yes.
We're going to be able to go in our members area.
Awesome.
And talk about
That's
it.
exactly what we need.
And so that's why you're going to want to be on our
Very
list
good.
so that you can get the information once we make that available. But I felt like we needed to end with what I think is a very positive story.
I hope so.
I have been following the spiritual journey of Joe Rogan. I remember when somebody first sent me a Joe Rogan video years and years ago, and I tried to watch it because it was on a topic that I wanted to hear. But then he started mocking, openly mocking Christians. He called us stupid. He F this, F that, you're idiots. But let me tell you something, man. COVID did a lot of things to a lot of people, and it shook them to make them want to search for answers. And then Charlie Kirk took it to another level. And it really affected Joe Rogan. So Joe Rogan has now gone from, he's still dropping the F-bomb and all this, and he's not willing to say he's been born again or nothing like that. But he's gone from anti-militant, anti-God, would not even let anybody bring up the name of Jesus Christ, to this. Joe Rogan says there's something to church. He's been going to church, and he says he is fascinated by Jesus' willing to sacrifice everything for humanity. Famed podcaster Joe Rogan said on a recent episode of his show that he likes attending church services. The UFC commentator, known for his named podcast, has been attending church services now for several months, and said last week that he finds it encouraging to be around Christians working to better understand Scripture. It's a bunch of people that are going to try to make their lives better, trying to be a better person. Let's just listen to what he says.
I haven't got there, but I have started going to church every now and again.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you enjoy it?
I love it.
Yeah.
I do.
I do too. It's a bunch of people that are going to try to make their lives better. They're trying to be a better person. And they're trying to, for me at least, the place that I go to, they read and analyze passages in the Bible.
Notice this. I wanted to point this out. I love that he didn't say, I feel so warm and fuzzy when I go there.
Right.
He said, I go to a church where they take Scripture and they are explaining the Scripture. Because this generation that's hungry, they want the real deal. They want to hear, what does the Bible actually say? Don't give me coffee and donuts and a light show. What does the Bible say about the world we live in right now? And that's what Joe Rogan is saying.
I'm really interested in what these people were trying to say, because I don't think it's nothing. There's a lot of atheists and secular people that just like to dismiss Christianity as being foolish.
Used to be you, Joe. That was him, but it's not him anymore.
It's just fairy tales. I hear that amongst, self-professed intelligent people. It's a fairy tale. I'm like, I don't know if that's true. I think there's more to it. I think it's history, but I think it's a confusing history. It's a confusing history because it was a long time ago. And it's people telling things in an oral tradition and writing things down in a language that you don't understand, in the context of a culture that you don't understand. And I think there's something to what they're saying. I don't think it's nothing.
No.
I think there's something to it, and there's a reason why it resonates with people. And Christianity in particular is the most fascinating to me because there's this one person that everybody agrees existed that somehow or another had the best plan for how human beings should interact with each other and behave, and was the best example of it, and even died in a non-violent, like didn't even protest, died on the cross, supposedly for our sins. Like, it's a fascinating story. What does it represent, though? That's the real thing. What was that? Like, what happened? Who was Jesus Christ if it was a human being?
That's wild. That's wild right there. He is asking the right questions. Who was Jesus Christ? And he said, he used the word supposedly. He said, but this one man supposedly died on the cross for our sins. Y'all, let me just tell you what's happening right now. Listen to me. This is why we do this show, because we're trying to open up your eyes to a crazy world that is going on that's called the spirit realm, spiritual warfare. And people that are the least likely candidates are hungry to know the truth. And if we don't show up on this program, if I don't show up in my pulpit at the church that I pastor, and I don't tell you the truth of what the Word of God says about the world that we're living in, the world is lined up with their narrative.
Ooh, they are.
And I'm telling you, that's why we want you to be a part of what we're doing here, building something here, so that if Joe Rogan gets radically saved and he comes on his program one day and says, okay, look, guys, I'm probably going to lose a lot of subscribers right now, but I just want to let you know I did it yesterday at church. Man, I'm falling out. I went to the altar and I said this prayer and I gave my life to Jesus and I got baptized in water. So just so everybody know right now, I'm unashamedly a Christian. I'm going to heaven. Y'all, do you understand what would happen? How many people would say, well, I need to try church?
Do we even have a template for that?
We don't even have a template.
We don't even have a template for somebody on that level to come out and speak to the masses.
Amen. That's why we do what we do. Well, Sandy, it is time for the nominations for the Golden Chicken Award. And the nominees are?
Tonight's nominees are, number 1, Mandami, gonna be the New York governor, ?
Communist Muslim.
Number 2, Deadly Doritos?
Oh,
really?
Deadly Doritos.
Number 3, Samsung Family Hub refrigerator?
Larry. No, Larry, I can't give you that cinnamon roll.
And number 4, how does it feel to be AI generated?
Oh, those poor little baby girls and boys trying to tell you that they hate being. So you know what happens now?
Boom.
It's time for the Larry Ragland Jam.
How about somebody nominate some new music?
Here we go.
Let's go.
Here we go. Get your votes in. Come on.
There's a little bit of delay, so we're
1,
waiting.
2, 3, or 4. I think 4 is going to get it.
You think 4 is going to get it?
The AI babies.
We got 3. We got 4 4s. We got 5 4s. Hey, Renee. Good to see you. Oh, they tore up about number 4. Don't.
All right,
Break
so
it
look,
down.
4, 3 or 4.
So many.
I think 4 has got it.
4 is going to take it tonight. How does it feel to be AI generated?
And you won
the Golden Chicken. Woo!
Oh man, don't y'all love the sound of that?
I know their pets just absolutely adore
Absolutely.
that
Look at all these
sound.
4s. They're still voting 4. Somebody voted for number 2. The Deadly Doritos.
That's okay.
Hey, I got to scroll back up to this one thing right here. I saw this right here, and I thought, what a blessing. I want to say this right here. Where's it at? Where you at? Man, oh, there it is. Kaylin Campbell says, I thought I went to church until I went to Solid Rock and the best church experience of my life.
Right.
Yes, thank you, Kaylin.
Oh, wait a minute. Yes. Absolutely. That's it.
Yep, that's it. So
love her.
Love her.
Awesome.
Thank you,
Sorry
Kaylin.
about that before, but yes.
Yes.
And come on, Jesus, keep coming.
Yes, we love you, Kaylin. Thank God for that. That's a blessing.
Amen.
All right, so another great show.
I think so.
I think it was an awesome
We
show.
thank you all for being here. That's for sure.
If you're still with us and you hadn't subscribed yet, what's wrong with you? Subscribe.
What's up?
Come on. Hit that
Like,
subscribe button.
share, subscribe.
Hey, how many subscribers we got now? Let's see how many we got.
Let's look at it.
We do that. We've been doing that lately. Let's see where we at right now. Last week we were not at 25,000.
We are now.
And of course, Google's like, make sure it's you. I got to verify that it's you. God almighty, how many times do I have to do this? I just did this.
For real.
And now I'm going to do it on my phone just to find out.
Are you kidding me?
Here we go. Okay. All right, there it is. So we're at 25,074.
Awesome.
So just go ahead and subscribe and get us to 26,000
Hey,
tonight.
and we want to thank you guys because, last week's show, what did we say? 7,000.
No, it was almost 8,000.
Getting up close to 8,000 views. Yeah. And guys, that's huge for us. That's huge for this show. We used to be in the 3,000, 4,000 views.
The family's growing.
We're growing, and we thank you.
We thank you from the bottom of my heart. And we always want to remind you, if you're new to our show, you're going to get this down deep inside
That's right.
It goes a little bit like this.
Yep.
We ain't woke. But we are certainly awake.
Tell them good night, Cosmo.
Cousin Cosmo.
Good night.
Help us build the big picture family. We're on a mission to wake up the world to what is really going on. Go to LarryRagland.com to give a one-time gift or become a monthly partner. Any amount blesses the entire big picture family. While you're there, pick up our book, I See Greatness in You. Browse our merchandise store, connect on social media, and get on the big picture mailing list at LarryRagland.com. Join us and be a part of the big picture family where we ain't woke, but we are certainly awake.